Hey guys, welcome back to Crazy Tanks Part 2. This is backed by popular demand or unpopular demand, I don't know. Anyway, I love tanks too much to stop now, so let's keep it going. Object 279, Russian experimental Doomsday tank. Not from World War II, but I wanted to include it anyway. This tank was developed in 1959 to be a breakthrough tank that could work on all terrain and even survive a nuclear explosion. Coming equipped with chemical, radiological, biological, and nuclear, aka CBN, protection. Only one non-functioning model was built, and it is in a museum somewhere in Russia. T28. At some point in tank design, multiple turrets became trendy because more guns means more firepower, right? The T28 came with one main cannon and two machine guns. And then, later after that, is the T35, built to replace the T28. It had one main gun, two secondary cannons, and two machine guns. Many were knocked out by mechanical failure rather than combat. Knee tank, aka the armored tractors made for the defense of Odessa. They were used in a night assault and terrified the enemies because of the awful sound of the engine and smoke, so it got the name knee tank, meaning for fright. Built from an STZ-5 tractor, the armor made it too heavy for these tanks to drive forwards, so they always drove in reverse gear. What happens if you combine the speed of a BT-7 and the firepower of a KV-2? You get the BT-42. Made by the Finns, the BT-42 was constructed from captured Soviet BT-7 light tanks and British 4.5-inch howitzers from 1918. Only 18 were made. Goliath. The Goliath tank was a remote-controlled bomb tank that was meant to be driven under enemy tanks and then exploded remotely. A cable would be attached to the remote used by the operator. Rat tank Land Cruiser P1000. Y'all have probably heard about the mouse, but what about the rat? The Land Cruiser P1000 would weigh 1,000 tons, which hence the name, which is about 185 elephants. It is the largest tank ever designed. It would have been massive. It's a real-life land battleship, armed with 28cm naval cannons, but on a tank. It included 4 top-mounted anti-air guns and would have had a crew of 20 to 41 maximum. Churchill Avery, Armored Vehicle Royal Engineers. The Churchill Avery was a series of modified Churchill tanks to be used by British engineers for a multitude of roles. Initially, it was for blasting barricades and building ramps, but later got add-ons allowing it to fill ditches, lay carpets on beaches, set up small bridges, and clear minefields. American LVT, Amphibious Warfare Tank and Landing Vehicle. Many spins on the design were made and were mostly used in the Pacific Theater during the Allied island hopping campaign. Skink Anti-Aircraft, a modified Emperor Sherman with 4 20mm cannons. Only 3 were built due to the lack of threat from the Luftwaffe later in World War II. Inflatable Tank Army, Great American Wartime Deception. This deserves its own segment. The 23rd Headquarters Special Troops would impersonate other units and use a mixture of real but mostly inflatable tanks, trucks, fake radio conversations, and loudspeakers to fake battles and troop movements. They even managed to fool Axis Sally, a Nazi radio propagandist who reported a full Allied division preparing for battle.